me the most special thing was actually getting together with people again. It's been 2.5 years since we've done one of our conferences, and it's been a long time and a long wait to actually see so many, old friends, people from co-ops that we've known for years.
I'm from Grafton Crescent Housing Co-operative, and we've been going just about 40 years now, and this is my 5th year.
And it's been great to see everybody networking, new people like yourselves.
It was very good. It was good to be able to meet people after the COVID interruptions. It was good to meet a lot of new faces, and it was good to see the various activities that they had, the various speeches and the plenary sessions. It was very, very useful.
I saw Karen reaching for this incredible book here. So she's from Bushbury. She's going to tell us about what Bushbury do.
For me, it's the fact that we were absolutely concentrating on sustainable development goals. So I work with the International Co-operative movement, and they are working very, very hard on the goals themselves, and I don't feel there's been enough done in the UK, and certainly we haven't done very much, and this is our chance to catch up a bit.
It's then about looking at all those things that you have an impact on and having a better impact by being a bit more strategic and intelligent. But for me, it's that core ethos of the SDGs.
How the Swiss housing co-op movement worked, and especially in terms of how the state supported cooperatives in terms of providing finance. We had a kind of once in a generation opportunity with the Community Housing Fund, but in terms of finance, local governments offering finance for cooperatives, affordable housing, isn't where it could be.
I think for me it was looking at the CCH governance and the code of governance. That's really helpful. We're just in our process of setting up, so it's really important for us to make sure that our rules and our governance is all in place, and we're thinking about things like how to involve members.
What's it like getting the active participation of tenant members?
Some people maybe are not even aware that they are actually living in a co-op. We visit a cooperative which really designed the whole housing in such a way to force people to meet and to depend on each other. They put at the disposal of the inhabitants a lot of electrical appliances. With different residents are responsible for this, and in order to get access to these appliances, you have to talk to your neighbors. Whether it works will be seen, but definitely I think loneliness today is a big problem. Cooperatives are also addressing a sort of social needs that go beyond affordability.
It's about something that makes it, wow, I can see that, and this works with this, and this works with that.
How do we make it fun and make the decision-making process more enjoyable to be part of?
We haven't done a 4 hours long, Carl, and people are falling asleep.
Yeah, I mean, they're the worst ones.
All the COVID, how we've all come through the COVID, and it was good to hear how it's impacted co-ops and how the community is all pulled together.
We're a close-knit community, so we look after each other on the...
I don't think I want this, but and we struggled a lot because there were a lot of people out of work or being furloughed, or there was lots of issues going on.
We haven't increased the rent for 3 years now. We basically ripped up the rent arrears policy to work with people.
What we did was we just set up a really kind of easy to access. We've got a bit of money. If people are struggling, they could just send an email.
So it's cost our contractor an arm and a leg to get us where we are, and it's not cost us a penny extra. And when we take the people around our committee to see these new bungalows, I think they're in for a shock. I think everyone will want one.
We've got planning permission. I think we've really realised the value and the commitment of our staff over the period.
And we rallied round a little bit, and we managed to get meetings online. Some came kicking and screaming to them, but they did come.
And the one thing I'm glad I'll never see the back of is Zoom, as long as I live.
So we had lots of time, not much money. We started coming up with different ideas what we could do that doesn't cost any money, it's local, but at the same time it's fun and useful. We started rescuing the plants from nearby building sites, and we started planting them in city centre. with local scout group and volunteers.
We had a distance workshop and a distance parade around the block where we all looked like idiots but had a great time. So we survived it and got closer.
So we got some funding, the community come together and we made a cookbook, and everything in here was the things that was in the food parcel, and the recipes come from the community. It's got a shopping list and a budget and I think 4-week menu plans. If you're expecting Jamie Oliver, leave it anyway because it is really quite amazing.
Something else that we did during COVID, we placed regular phone calls to check how they were doing, particularly to check on people's mental health.
It's just not been that bad. And I can't wait to see the back of the town saying, no, really, really can't.
Other people from other co-ops is a real eye-opener because you provide all details of what's going on in other co-ops and what we can do to make our co-op even better.
The stuff that stuck in my memory with the stock investment, the asset management, and it's about kind of making sure that you had an idea of what the elements of your property were. You also had an exercise of making a small house and then looking at how you need to replace the bathroom, the kitchen and the roof, and how many years should they last, and making sure that you have money set aside for that. But I took a lot away from that.
Yeah, so that was quite practical.
It was, very practical,
and I did enjoy that as well. Yeah. So what was your favourite about this year's conference?
They're all the same to me. I just love them. You meet lots of interesting people, you meet new friends, and everybody's welcoming. Everybody will approach you and ask who you are, how you're doing, where you're from.
Exactly, yeah.
What cooperative.
So nice, it's such a big difference.
It makes a hell of a difference.
Yeah. So was it the first time you attended CCH conference?
Yeah, this is my very first event.
And any regrets, or how did you like it?
No. It was absolutely brilliant. I very much enjoyed the presentation about sustainable development goals. Also, I attended, I think it was the asset management session.
How do we have difficult conversations? How do we talk about our visions? Like, what kind of meetings do we have?
So the winner is, oh Christ, who's written this? That's our first winner. And improve your handwriting now, that's all I will say. Next time you win an award, block capitals please.
I think for me, I've never been to conference before. It's so amazing, isn't it, to meet people from all of these big old co-ops, just to meet people who are involved in co-ops, have been involved in co-ops for ages, share all the values, just brilliant and fun. It's been so much fun. So much fun. Are you dancing tonight?
I think so. I hope so.
Yeah.
See you on the dance floor.